Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper and Twine, and welcome to November the 1st. I thought as it was November the 1st, it was about time I did my tag for prompt 6, can you believe it, of hashtag PT Tag Club. So it means we've been doing this for half a year. Anyway, the prompt for this month, or prompts, were vivid and apple, and I'm going to combine them. I found this stamp in my stash that I bought from Hazel's. It's a 2J's stamp company stamp, and you can see it should have been £7.99 and I got it for £3, and it has got this apple here and then all these gorgeous autumnal images. Are these cob nuts or something? I don't know, but there is an apple on it, and you can see it's part of a collage series. I can't say that I like the other ones. They're a bit too grungy for me, maybe. But you can use these for personal use or gain or charity, personal gain or charity. I do quite like this winter collage. Anyway, to make it vivid, I have cut myself a piece of card slightly larger than the stamp, and it fits in this little box here. And I thought that I would use some mica stains. So I've got to shake these until you can hear the ball rattling. Now I don't know what it is, mine don't seem to rattle very well. There we go. So these have been sitting excuse me, for quite a while, and you want to shake the mica up. So I think that one's all right. I've got a flickering candle there, which is from last year. Now this one, I don't know whether I've bought this one already this year, whether it's this year or last year, but it's a green Wicked Elixir. This is brand new. I haven't used this one before, and you can see it's taken a while. The stainless steel ball in there is not, oh there we go, there we go, that's got that. So I've got a nice green, and then I've got this orange jack-o'-lantern. So do you think these colours are vivid? I don't know. Anyway, I thought I'd sit here with my cup of coffee. It's about 10:30. I've got some washing on that's been on about an hour. It's due to finish, and I thought I was going to be able to hang it out on the line to dry, but it looks as if it's going to rain. When I looked at the weather forecast earlier, it was like 30% chance of rain at 1 o'clock, and now it's showing 50% chance of rain at 11. And I've got loads of towels, which are going to be a real bummer to dry inside. Anyway, I've got this little box here to catch the stain. There's the flickering candle, and we're going to come in with a bit of this green. So I've done it in this box to catch all the colours, and that's really autumnal, isn't it? I'm going to do what I've seen Tim Holtz do. I haven't done this before. I'm just going to spray some water to get that colour moving and pick this up. I have a feeling it's really going to stain my fingers, and I'm going to let that drip down. I'm just going to look at my image, see, and see, yeah, the apple is kind of in the middle. Oh yeah, and we've got barcode. Now the stamp is far too big to make a tag that's going to fit in my album, but can you see all the lovely sheen on that? I think I'm just going to go in with a little bit more flickering candle here, because that's where my apple is, and a bit more green there, and a bit more orange towards the bottom, and I'm going to let that drip down. A little bit more water, and let that drip down. I'm wearing a really unsuitably coloured sweater to do this in. It's cream. If I'm spraying and I get bits everywhere, it's going to be a nightmare. Now I think I'm going to dry that with my heat tool. Oh, I've got it everywhere, look. Got it everywhere. I'm such a messy crafter, I tell you. Blue's sitting here under a chair. And I think I'm just going to blot now with some kitchen paper just to save making a noise for you. And I don't mind that little bit of texture on there, but can you see the gorgeous shimmer on that? Beautiful, beautiful. And there are some more mica stain colours for Christmas and Halloween. I think this might be one of the releases for this Halloween. I've got a purple and a decayed, which I think is a grey. Look at all this mica on here. Right, do I want to just spray with a bit more water just to lift a bit of the colour? No, I'm going to leave it as is. Now, I've never used this stamp, but I knew that I'd got it somewhere. So when the prompt was pulled out, Vivid Apple, I thought, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to use for that. And here it is. And because I don't want to make a cock up of stamping it, I am going to use my stamp platform for this. And I've put... Sizzix have brought out a new stamp and stencil tool which comes with a sticky grid, and I don't need the stamp and stencil tool. Obviously I've got this, but I did buy some of the sticky grid. I think it's I think it might be £9 for 5 A4 sheets, and I've just cut a bit to stick here so that I've found with this particular stamp platform that sometimes the card moves, and I don't want that, obviously. So that's the right way up. There is the apple, so I'm gonna stamp it there like that, which I know seems a bit of a waste. If I butt it right up to that edge there, I've got little strips I can save, and I've got a panel there I can save for something else. So that's really sticky. I've never stamped with one of these Blue J, 2Js, whatever it is, stamps before. Okay, now let's just make sure that that is stuck down well. Yes, look at my hands. Have a little slurp of coffee, Ashley. Now, instead of crafting, I should be going for a walk because it is weighing day. Look, you can see that this wasn't dry, and I've picked up some of the mica on my stamp. Let's just make sure that is down properly. Yeah, I should be going for a walk instead of crafting, but I don't know. I'm not feeling that I want to go for a walk. Do you know what I mean? So you can see this is quite a grungy background, and yeah, there's quite a lot of black on it, so it's going to take this brightness down quite a lot, I think. If you're still here and watching, thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, I would really love it if you did subscribe. Look, I'm doing CPR. Tim Holt says not to do CPR. I need one of those tools that people have to kind of go over. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, if you're not subscribed, I'd love it if you subscribe. And you know, my channel's not just about crafting, but I do a lot of crafting, and Sometimes I do real-time crafting like this. Sometimes I do videos where I speed the action up and put music over it. Let me know in the comments down below what type of process video you prefer. Do you prefer these kind of stupid chatty ones, or do you prefer it where you don't hear me talk and it's just you see what's going on? Let me know. I'd be really interested. The other thing is that now I'm at 1,000 subscribers, I can go live, and I thought I might do a live crafting session. And obviously my days off are Tuesday and Wednesday. If I was to do it during the day, what time of day would be appropriate or best for you? Now look, you see I've missed a little bit there. That's the beauty of the stamp platform, is that you can reapply that ink without your paper shifting, and still got a little bit there, and it might be having to work hard to go over the mica, but look there, we have our tag. And there's a little saying here, autumn is, you can't quite see it, about when every leaf is, and it's hidden behind there because it is a collage. Now what we want to do is, getting my microphone wire in the way, cut this down to a tag size. So I'm going to lose a lot of that there, I think, and let's just move this out of the way, and I'm going to put these down here so I'm not going to knock them over. Do you think it's vivid enough, or shall I just spray? I'm going to just spray, now that we've done our stamping, I'm going to just spray a little bit more flickering candle over the top, like that, and I'm kind of just depressing the nozzle slightly. I've got it on the lid just to get some mica splatters. Now let's have a little think. I might lose this little bit here. Let's have a look and see what my measurements are. I think it's 8.5 by 6 or something is what I've done most of. Try not to contaminate. So yeah, I've done 5, it's more or less 5 inches by 2.5 inches. So I want that, yeah, I'm going to lose that autumn bit. So do you know, I'm going to trim, let's just blot. See me talking to myself, it's rubbish, isn't it? So I'm going to just trim that little bit of the side off there where I've missed, or you know, I didn't butt it all the way up, as it were, so that gives me a clean edge. I'm going to cut that panel like so. So I've got a panel to use for something else. I'm going to trim this autumn, trim that. I'm going to trim that down to 5. So if I trim it from that way, there we go. And then I want 2.5. I'm going to cut it just slightly under, actually, because I'm going to mat it onto some black, I think. And I'm done. I'm just picking out elements of the design, because obviously we want the apple. Cut away a lot of the leaf there, which is a bit of a shame. Might do a card with this, and there is my 2.5. That's it. So just cut a little bit more off that, so it's a little bit shorter than 5 there, and that is what I'm left with. Gosh, I've been whittering on for ages. So out of that panel, I've got these strips. I'm going to chuck that one because it's got black ink on it, but these will be useful for something. And this little panel will go in my scraps. That'd be a nice background for something. Can you see all that lovely sheen and shimmer? Right, next little job is to cut a piece of black card that is 2.5 by 5 as my base. 5. Oh, I've got mica stain all under my trimming blade because it wasn't quite dry. So that's going to need to have a little clean after, isn't it? And that will sit nicely on that. And then I'm going to get my scissors and cut my corner like so. Then use that to cut the other corner. I did look at the Tim Holtz tags die set, but do we really need it, ladies and gentlemen? And then I'm going to use that as kind of like a template to cut those bits off. Then hopefully my angles and everything should be all right. Let's have a look. Not quite. I'm just going to cut a little bit more off that. A little bit off that. And a little bit off that. And it doesn't matter if it's not quite right. We've got the same problem as I had with my 50p ATC coins all over again, with things not matching up. But never mind, I'm going to glue this down. And yes, it's looking very grey out there now. I really don't know what I'm going to do about drying all my washing. So we haven't got the heating on. Yeah, what we're spending on electricity is frightening. There we go. So that angle there's not quite right, but do you know, I don't really mind. It's handmade, isn't it? Oh, blue's going in me packing box. She's a right minx at the moment, I tell you. I need to find her another box. Do you remember this time last year, I had a big box in my craft room that had packaging in it, and she used to make a nest. Right, there's that. Oh, I do need to get a crocodile. There we go. Am I going to put twine on this one? Don't you know, I might not put twine on this one. Do we think it's vivid enough? Don't know. I think it is. I think it's quite vivid. Do we want to add anything? Shall we stick that? Yeah, I'm going to stick this autumn bit at the bottom. Like that, I think. And then trim that little bit of excess off. I might have had an oops moment this morning. I have ordered the brand new collection from Lavinia. The whole shebang, because I haven't bought any Lavinia things for ages, and I really love the hairs that are in the collection. They are just right up my street, and I think we saved a considerable amount of money by buying everything. There we go. Let's put that there like that. I'm going to let that dry before I trim it. Look at my hands. I'm going to have to give these a really good wash in a minute. So I'm going to let it dry before I trim it, and here I am trimming it. There we go. So let's write on the back. November 1st. That's not going to work, Ashley. Well, it does, but you can hardly see it. What colour are you? I think you might just be blue. Yeah, you're not going to show up on black, are you? What are you? Oh, you might. Yeah, I think you might. November first. No, that's the same as the one I've just used. Oh dear, look, I've got mica everywhere as well. Where's my white pen? Oh, this one. No, that's the one I've just used as well. Oh, Ashley. Right, if in doubt, use white. There we go. So, don't forget to give a thumbs up, although I really wouldn't bother if I was you. There's the back. I made a right mess of it, but nobody really sees the back. There's the front. And now I can go and watch everybody else's. Where are we? It's Tuesday. I think I might be back Thursday with a coffee shop dribble. We'll see. Take care, everybody. I'll be back soon anyway. Bye now.